Good friend of mine, Therese, has paid $24 for a dress after it being marked down 40%. What is its original price? All right, so in this one, it sounds, on the surface, it sounds pretty easy. If I have students that looked at this, they would probably set it up wrong. Not all of them, but some of them would, because it's got a little twist and turn to it. So let's take a look at this problem and see why I say it's got a little bit of a turn, all right? Twist and turn. Look at it two ways. You can work it as a proportion, and you could also work it as a nice simple algebra problem, all right? Because we don't know the original price, but we know we've taken off 40%, which is basically taking off 2/5, all right? So there's a couple of ways to look at this. So where I'm going to go first, I'm going to go with the proportion approach. And I'm going to tell you, if we have lost 40%, that means we've retained 60%. In other words, we've retained 3/5 of the original price, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the base, which I don't know what it is. This is one of those where you're looking for the base. So this makes it a little more complex a problem, all right? So we'll put our X right down there. And we're going to put the $24 because that is what she paid, all right? So there's the part, there's our base or our total, as we like to call it. And our percent is always going to go over 100. The question is, though, as you all were hearing me kind of ramble a little bit here, we're losing 40% of 100%. So what we're doing, we're keeping 60%. And that's what this 24% actually is. This $24 is actually 60% of where we started, all right? So what we're going to do, we're going to see what happens with this and see if we can come out with a fairly good answer. By the way, let me caution you. We didn't lose $40, all right? It's not being marked down $40. That's 40%, and we treat it just like we did here as saying, hey, we've got 60% left over. So we're going to leave it 60 over 100, and we're going to cross multiply, set up our proportion. Once again, this is the part, which we know this time. We know what she's actually paid for it. We are also looking for, what did we have originally? Where were we originally? What was our base of all this? We know we've kept 60% of it, all right? So that's to set this thing in motion. Let's cross multiply and hope that we have gotten some great easy arithmetic for us here today. Let's see what happens. We got 60 times x on one end, so that's going to be 60x. We also have 2400 going the other direction, all right? And this becomes a really easy look because we're going to simply divide our 60 is going to go into 240. It's going to go 4 times, and we're going to have a 0 left to tack on. So we're going to divide both sides by 60. And you see what's going to happen, folks? We're going to have x equaling to 40. Now, I said there's another option. I'm going to play this one out with you. It won't take too long here. But let's suppose that we are going to say we started off with this dress, which we'll call X. We don't know what it is. But we subtracted. We lost 40% of the original price. This is another way we could do it. So you can use 4/10. I'm going to use a decimal here. And that would give us this new price of 24. This is another way to do it, a little more algebra-oriented, but both of these have a little algebra going on with them, all right? Keep in mind, we have an X right here, put a 1 in front of it. So looky what we've got here. We are about to say, well, let's see what we're about to say. We're about to say 6/10, because that's what happens when we subtract 1 minus that. Remember that decimal is 0.4, 4/10 there. We are going to end up with 6/10 of this value X, which is equal then to 24. Now remember, our original price is, yes, what we're looking for. What we're looking for here. So that is our total. So this number should be bigger than 24. And when we do, you say, well, Ernie, I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Trust me on this one. All right. We're going to divide both sides by 6/10. And you know what? We should get the same value. We do come up with 40 once again. So original price, $40. Either way we do it, all right?
For more math help, visit TNLearn.org.